Welcome back to Rachel Hobby and Art. I'll do a little flip through of my completed pages from Charles Wysocki Americana adult coloring book. This came out in 2016. I got it at Christmas 2017. And let's say this was my first official coloring book. I mean, I had another one my parents gave me long before this one, The Art of Coloring Patterns, but I only did one picture in here that's not even in here anymore. I don't even know where it is. That's when I started. But yeah, I'm not into that kind of coloring book. But this one I had done a lot in, both in color pencil, but a lot in water-soluble pencil and in acrylic. So you'll see some of that in here. When I start doing these, a lot of times I would get his original painting and use that as a model. And other times I would do whatever I wanted to, and then I'd look at what I did compared to what he did and see how many similarities there were. Like maybe my house was white and his house was white or something. It's interesting. So anyway, it's a single-sided, so the other side would say what the painting is, catching bugs. And a lot of them, if you've done this book or if you're familiar with his work, this might be just a small part of a much larger painting. And so the entire painting was not normally on this page. This is one that I did probably a little more recently than some of the others. You can see, well, everybody's got their own style of how they color, so you'll see that in this. I believe this is in water-soluble pencil. This one is the cover, and I did this probably in 2021 or 22. There's the original, or you could see some of the original. And this one was, and that's done based on the actual painting. That's not done yet. A lot of them are not done yet. But this book, I have more completed pages than, say, some of the others I've done. Let's see. Glamours at Hodge's Horn. I believe this is a small part of a much larger painting. This is done in water-soluble pencil. This is the back cover, I think. Yeah, there's the back cover. And so that's this one here. This one I did completely opposite of the original. The original is different color scheme and not what I did. So sometimes it's fun to do your own thing. I don't think this was the original color scheme for this one either. This is when I was kind of doing my own thing. I mean, look at the color of the carriage. This is, I think, one of the first ones I did in this book. I remember when I did it, you can see that my technique is much different. So some of this was done in colored pencil or crayon. This was done with a water-soluble, but some parts were not used with that. And something else I did was I would use marker for the tree parts. Not for the trunk, but for the little balls that he used, I would fill those in with marker. So this is the only book that I actually use marker in. And I have a set that I use. This is one I'm actually working on now. So you can see I've already started working in the trees with the marker. And then the balloons and the other parts. I found an image online of this one. So this is probably based on its original. I would say this is going to be based on the original painting. This is Devilstone Harbor. Nantucket Breeze, did this a long time ago. This is not based on the original, I don't think. This is a fun one, the Cricket Harbor Airport. I want to do that at some point, I just haven't gotten around to it. That was Four Aces Flying School, because this is not, so whatever it is, it's on the back of it, not on the side. Doesn't really matter. Because this is the Proud Little Angler. And I can't remember if I did this based on the original or not. This one is based on the original. Uncle Jack's Topiary Tendencies. It's a really nice... So this tree is white in the original. And I just left it that way. And the fence is white. And I left it that way. So, but yeah, this is a very colorful original painting. This is the one with the ostrich. That has got a lot going on, that sunny side up. It's a chicken farm or something. Sanitary heating, inspection packing. There's a lot going on. You got this house over here. They got the mountains in the background. You got this building and the silo, this building, and then all these people in the turkey and the ostrich. So I've put that one off because it's just got too much going on. That's a nice one. I've seen the original of this one. I haven't started. A lot of these are just a seaside image with a kind of a boxy house and a horse and carriage. That's the concept of a land, usually an American flag. And that's the concept of a lot of these paintings. You may be familiar with Charles Wysocki from his puzzles. He did a lot of puzzles. And so we had some of his puzzles. We also got calendars. And so that's where, and we own some of the puzzles that some of these are based on. This was done probably with water-soluble pencil and color pencil. There's a little bit of everything going on there. I don't put the dates down on these like I do for Creative Haven. When I do a Creative Haven, I put the span of time that I work on it. It's a pretty basic post office. This is one of the first ones I did. So the one with the pig, and then this one I think may have been the second one. And there is acrylic paint in the sky and in the water. So that's interesting. And I think this is just a part of a much larger painting. There's another one. Colorful, very colorful. I don't think it's based on the original. Gold's Nest, sorry, excuse me. And Tucket Winds. This one is not based on the original. The original one has different colors than this one, but I like these colors, and that's what I went with. And that's how you do it when you do coloring sometimes. I don't believe this one is also, I don't think this one is based on the original either. And you can see sky is done with, sky and the grass are done with a very broad stroke of color. Same with the ground. I must have done that earlier on. Trading post, a beach scene. This one, I don't believe it's based on the original. This was, I think, started in acrylic, but it's got some other stuff going on. Although it's not the heaviness of acrylic, so I don't know. It's been a while, and I didn't do these trees, so that maybe it's based on the original. Can't remember. This one. This is all acrylic in the back. The background is acrylic. I believe the rocks are acrylic. Yeah, they are because I could feel it. Then you got water-soluble pencil. There might be some watercolor in here, and you got coloring pencil. This picture had like all 4 or 5 things I could use in a coloring page. Some kites. This one. This is based on the original. This is done almost entirely in acrylic paint. I spent some serious time working on this one. Might have some gouache in there. I do see some colored pencil, but the building is definitely acrylic. All that splattering is acrylic. The shutters are acrylic. I wanted this to look like the original, and we had the puzzle. So I had that original picture to work off of for this one. The rocks are definitely acrylic. More basic. This one, I did this a long time ago, and I think this has got some, well, obviously there's a smear there. So you've got some water soluble mixed in with some colored pencil. That's a nice scene, very nice scene. I need to work on that at some point. I mean, it's got a lot going on, but it looks, as opposed to some of the others that seem like thing on top of thing, there's actually some perspective going on. And so it has a much nicer look to it. And that's it. So That's my Charles Wysocki Americana coloring book. I don't know if you can still get this or not. I mean, it's, if it came out in 2016, you might find it secondhand somewhere, or I really don't know. But if you have this book, I'd love to see your completed pictures, and thanks for watching.